Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's discuss the worst bad GKS potential applicants. This is a very important topic because if you've been on this channel, you would always notice that sometimes people ask questions and I refer them to some of my videos or I refer them to a certain direction. It is because I have noticed that a lot of potential GKS applicants do not care about roles. And where do you get those roles? You get the roles on the website. Every scholarship has roles. But in this video, we're talking about the Global Korea Scholarship or GKS, the scholarship that is offered by South Korean government. What will make you a worse applicant? Let's look at them in this video because the questions are always the same. For example, people will be asking, I don't have a birth certificate, or I have a birth certificate but it doesn't indicate or it does not have information about my parents. And I'm like, did this person just discover the Global Korean Government Scholarship just like today? Because the most basic thing that you need to do if you want to succeed in any scholarship is to make sure you read the rules. I guess some people do not know where to read the rules because you also have questions like, am I applying online? How am I supposed to submit the documents? Basic questions that are already answered. And some people go to the point of even sending emails to NIEED, that is the education office in South Korea that is in charge of the Global Korean Government Scholarship. Basically, when you apply through Embassy Track, they will send your documents to NIEED. If you apply through University Track, they would also send your documents to NIEED. NIEED will also scrutinize or evaluate your documents before the decision is finally made. Let's look at those things that will make you a bad applicant for the Global Korean Government Scholarship. I would begin by showing you where you have to go and get every document that is going to help you succeed in this scholarship, because my main purpose is that people should be able to get scholarships to study not just in South Korea, but since I studied in South Korea, I think it's important for me to share the information that I carry about South Korea. I'm not in any way saying it's a very fantastic country, but it is a good country. So where do you get your documents? And what are the documents that you need to read in order for you to succeed in this scholarship? I have another video that I made, maybe 1 or 2 years behind. I said 9 reasons as to why people fail their Global Korean Government Scholarship. I'll place a link up there, maybe this other way, so that you can watch that video. It will really help you. You need to watch that video. There will be a link also down in the description talking about the reasons as to why you would fail your Global Korean Government Scholarship. And one of that reasons is because students do not follow the rules. And the next thing is they do not read frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions answer everything that you might want to think. So if you're sending a message to NIEED and you don't receive a response, is because they know that the answer to that question is already on the frequently asked questions. So why should they spend time responding to something that is already in the documents that they've provided to help you prepare for that scholarship? So it makes you a bad student. It simply means that you are a student who doesn't really care about reading rules for a scholarship that you're thinking about applying for. That's the most basic thing that you need to do. Also, even in the documents like letter of recommendation, it is clearly stated there that your recommender can use their own template, but they must attach Form 5, which is a recommendation letter form. It is clearly written on it, but people are still sending messages asking that my recommender did not use the template for letter of recommendation that has been offered by GKS, is it okay? It is clearly stated there. They may use their own, but they must attach GKS template to their own. So if you lose the scholarship, it is simply because you did not follow the rules. Let's get into my computer. So on this Study in Korea website, that's where you have to begin. That's where you have to begin. This website, Study in Korea, you go to the GKS section, you would find information here. Go to page 3. You would find this one. This is for undergraduate. You click on it. You go down, you find your application guideline. You must read this guideline. The guideline contains every information that you might want. It has information about UIC, information about embassy track, the countries. You have university track. They tell you you can apply either through UIC here, or you can apply through regional, or you can apply for an associate degree, and they've clearly stated the universities that are available there. And then embassy track, they've also indicated the universities that are under embassy track, under type A and type B. So this is a document that you're supposed to sleep on. You're supposed to sleep on this document. You have to make sure you read this document continuously. If you go down even, there is a lot of information on this document. Even information about GPA, CGPA, how to convert. Those are basic things that are easy to understand. Which one is the minimum? 80%. On a scale of 4, what is the minimum? You would find it there. On a scale of 4.5, what is the minimum? Everything is there. So if you come under my Facebook or Instagram or even on YouTube and ask a question that has already been responded to, then it makes you an unserious student, because if you're asking me that question, you might equally email NIEED to ask them that kind of question. Even at the level of English proficiency, they've told you the advantages of the different bands, IELTS, TOEFL, TOPIK. The higher, the better for you. If you don't have it, it means you don't get this advantage. But it does not mean you cannot apply. You can still apply even if you don't have any of the English proficiency or even topic. If you want to provide your university document, good and fine, but they've told you the documents that they want, that they think they might consider giving you points on. It's clearly stated here. I know everybody is trying to do something that might give them an advantage, but before you think about advantage, make sure you respect first what is on the guidelines, application guideline. This is it about the GPA and CGPA. I'm going to answer some of those questions that a lot of students have left on my YouTube channel. This is like the maximum here, up here, and then if you go down, this is the minimum. On a scale of 4, you must have between 2.64 right up to 2.7. 4.5, you must have between 2.80 to 2.89. I hope I'm reading the scales well. Okay, this is 4.0, 4.3, 4.5, 5.0. So it's simple. Just follow the scaling. If yours is on a percentile, on a 100-point scale, just follow it here as it is. If you have 80, it's okay. It does not mean having 80 is a bad thing. But somebody who has maybe 97 or maybe even 100 on 100, they have an advantage, but it does not mean you who has 80 will not get this, might not get the scholarship. You might beat them by having maybe an English proficiency certificate. Maybe your essays are way good, because some people might be good with having, might be able to have good scores, but they might not be good in other sectors. So you might recover in other sectors, which is why I usually tell people, don't focus too much on your GPA. Your GPA is okay, it's good, but focus also on your essays. So now this is the document that is of interest to me. This particular document, frequently asked questions, because if you go to my Facebook, this group that I run, Global Career Scholarship Forum, look at this question. Hello, I'm planning to apply for GKSU. In the proof of family relation, can I only use my birth certificate as it has my parents' name, but the certificate clearly states at the bottom that the certificate is not proof of citizenship, so I have to use my parents' ID passport? If it is clearly written in there that it is not proof, if you can provide your parents' passport to be safe, so as not to continue to be worried, go ahead and provide it. But if you go to the frequently asked questions, the first question is about nationality. It is clearly stated, is it necessary to submit an official document, i.e. applicant's birth certificate or family registration? So if you have birth certificate and your birth certificate says, okay, your name is Tom, you were born on this day, you were born in Nigeria, let's take that example, or India, and then it goes down, it says this is Tom's father, it gives Tom's father nationality Nigeria or maybe India. Tom's mother, nationality Nigeria or maybe India. That's enough. That's the only document that you should authenticate. But if your birth certificate says it's not proof of nationality, the first question is, try to find out if people in your country have been able to use their birth certificate for this particular scholarship and it was accepted by the receiving institution. The receiving institution can either be Korean embassy or the university in South Korea if you are applying through university track. But they've clearly stated birth certificate or family registration, Kajok Jimmyeonso. It's in Korean, they call it Kajok Jimmyeonso. It's a document that proves relationship. That document will have the man, the woman, and then children. For example, that's how mine usually was, because whenever I have to renew my insurance for my car, the insurance company would always ask me that particular document. So it's a document that I know personally. And if you have a family, South Koreans believe that having a family will make you drive responsibly, because they know you would not want to risk your life because you have children to cater for. So in Korea, there is that document, Kajok Gwangge Jimmyeongso. But here it also says that if then you should submit additional documents if it happens that your birth certificate does not show the relationship between your father and your mother. Submit additional documents like copy of passport or any other document that indicates citizenship as proof of citizenship. So if you have your parents' ID card, that's a government issued document. Use it. If you have your parents, but it's better for you to use your parents' passport if they have a passport. If they don't have a passport, then you can go for their ID. If you want, if your country has maybe something like this family registry certificate, go ahead and use it. Before we continue, please make sure you share the content. Let me share it to the groups. This is going to be a bit of a long format of video because the questions have been way too many. For those who have questions, watching, they can ask their questions. All right. If you go down again, it says if your parents is deceased, provide a proof that your parents are deceased. If one of your parents is deceased, provide a document to prove that they are deceased. If they are divorced, provide a document that proves that they are divorced. This document covers almost every question that people ask. They say my parents hold different citizenship. Am I eligible? The answer is yes, as long as none of your parents are Koreans. If your father is a Korean person, you're not eligible. If your mother is a Korean person, you're not eligible. If you have one person from South Korea, you are not eligible for the scholarship. This scholarship is purely for people who are not Koreans. If you did study it in South Korea, for example, if you did your high school in South Korea, it might disqualify you for the scholarship. Some of this information is on this document. You need to read it. And then also the question on if your country is not either on embassy or university track, what should I do? It is clearly stated here you can apply through GKS UIC, University Industry Corporation, and I said these things in most of my videos. It's here. Your country is not listed. Can I apply for GKS? Apply through GKS UIC program. See here, my country is not listed in the applicable application guideline. Can I apply for the 2024 GKSU program? Yes, the answer is yes. Degree. I have studied in Korea as an exchange. Am I eligible to apply? Yes, if you did study in South Korea as an exchange student, you can apply. But here it says, however, those with a high school diploma issued by a Korean high school, including international school, or with an associate degree issued by a Korean university are not eligible. They are not eligible. That's what I said before even reaching here, right? So if you did your high school in South Korea, you're not eligible. If you did an associate degree in South Korea, you're not eligible for GKSU. Also, if you already have a bachelor's degree, you're not eligible for this scholarship. It's either you apply as somebody who has never applied, who has never studied or did a bachelor's degree. That's fine. You can do that. It's okay. But know that for the years that you were studying, you would have to justify those years. You have to tell them what you had been doing since you graduated from high school. Another one, I have a bachelor's. Can I apply to GKS? Exactly. No, you are not eligible. That's what I was just saying. But you can go and apply for a master's degree or a doctorate degree. If you already have a bachelor's degree, you're no longer eligible for this scholarship. They want to give an opportunity to people who do not yet have a bachelor's degree. If you already have a bachelor's degree, it's either you're looking for a job or you're thinking about doing a master or a PhD, not to do another bachelor's degree. Next one, I am planning to graduate from high school in March. May I apply for GKS? Like I have been saying in most of my videos, if you're planning to apply for the Global Korean Government Scholarship this year, 2024, to study next year, 2025 in South Korea, you must make sure you graduate by December this year. You cannot be graduating in January next year or February next year and then apply for this scholarship. No, you cannot do it. That's because by the time the final results will be out in December, they would want you to provide your graduation certificate, which means what you can do is provide a document that proves, they call it certificate of expected or expectant graduation. That document simply says that you will graduate soon. It must contain a date saying that you will graduate on this day. Here, NIEED is saying that you must provide a document that states that you will graduate by the 31st of December. So for this year, it will be 2024. It will be 2024. It will not be 2023. It's written clear. Everything is written in English and Korean. Should we read it in Korean? Next, it says, it takes 1 year in my country to get a diploma after graduation. Can I apply with my provisional graduation? They say it varies from country to country. You can use a document that proves that you've graduated or will graduate. Certificate of expectant graduation is okay. When applying, all of the questions are here. Even about grades, it's here. The other question that I get from a lot of students is the issue of some countries have 3 terms. For example, people from most West African countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, I think they have 3 terms. And South Korea has 2 terms. Yeah, South Korea has 2 terms. You have spring and you have fall. So how do you go about filling out this section of the application form? The section that deals with terms. You leave it without filling it out. You don't need to worry about filling out this section that says first term, second year, third year, fourth year. You don't have to fill it out. But you should be able to fill out this other section. When GK starts, we will fill out this form again, but there is already another video on my channel on this form, and there is an area here where it says name of institution receiving the application. If you're applying through embassy track, then you will write embassy. You write, for example, if you're applying through embassy, you write the name of the embassy in your home country. If you're applying through university, let's say you're applying to Seoul National University in South Korea, you would write Seoul National University, and then you would have to select university track here. As simple as that. And then another thing that we will have to do is about labeling. It's not an important thing because I've received questions about labeling. For you to label, put those little stickers on your document is not as important as the content of your file. If you have a rich application file, that's way more important than the labeling. What you need to really do is make sure first document at the top is the application form, followed by a personal statement, study plan. You just follow the numbering as it is here, 1, 2, 3, right up to bid number 10, graduation certificate, or maybe language proficiency documents. Just follow the numbering here and then put your documents together in the different envelopes, and that's good. But as far as labeling is concerned, we'll talk about labeling another day. So this is a very important document. I don't know if I should go through all of this document because it carries almost every question that I see on my Facebook or even on the YouTube comments. I'm not saying that you should not comment, but sometimes it shows that you are not a serious student. You could be a bad applicant, because I know some students do send emails to NIEED. Yeah, the questions that you might be asking on my YouTube comment section, I'm pretty sure that some students do usually send those types of questions also. I guess with the intention that NIEED will see them sending them many emails and might think that they are a serious student. No, it doesn't make you a serious student if they've already answered the questions that you're asking. It will prove to them that you did not care to read the rules governing the scholarship. And believe it or not, Koreans don't like to be put in a situation where they feel like they are stressed. Yeah, if you have a Korean friend and the friend feels like you're making them to feel tap hey yo, feeling stressed, they'll just cut out with you. It's normal in South Korea for you to meet somebody, and if the person does not really want to be friends with you, and then you insist on getting their phone number or maybe their Kakao Talk, which is like the WhatsApp that we use worldwide. Kakao Talk is a South Korean chat application also. They might give you their Kakao Talk ID, but it doesn't mean they'll chat with you. Yeah, so when you send them messages or questions that they've already answered, they would either ignore it, or if you send them a question that they've not answered and maybe a day, 2, 3, 4 has passed and they've not responded, it's okay to send a gentle reminder. But if you send a message today and then tomorrow you send a message, next day you send a message, it's not a good thing. You have to wait for some days to pass before you send a follow-up. But you must make sure that when sending a message or asking to inquire about something, it should be something that has not been responded to in the application guideline, because some might be kind enough to refer you to the application guideline or to the frequently asked questions. Some might just ignore you and you'd be like NIEED, stuff like that, without knowing that you are the fault. Because all of the questions are here. They say you are eligible, even about the fact that somebody might be below 80% mark. It is clearly stated here, if you are in the top 20 in your class, provide a document, a letter, a certificate from your school, submit an official certificate or letter from your school, university, stating that you were among the top 20 in your class. So you don't have to worry too much about not being within the scale that is required, minimum and maximum GPA or CGPA or the percentile. Yeah. This is another one. My academics transcript report only indicates CGPA and does not offer GPA by semester. What should I do? They say if your transcript does not provide GPA of each semester year, you do not need to fill in the box for each semester year. However, you must put the CGPA or at least a score percentile of the entire curriculum period. That's what I just talked about in this document. That's what I've just mentioned about in this document some minutes ago. You don't have to worry if your school does not have 2 semesters. If your school has 2 semesters or 2 terms, 3 semesters or 3 terms, don't fill out this section. But you should be able to fill out original GPA or CGPA as it is on your transcript. Then if you've converted it into either any of these grade score, put it here, and then make sure you use the conversion table to either say you're 89% here on a scale of 100. Use the conversion table to look where you fall. You must fill out this section. That's what they are saying. They know that educational systems are different from country to country, so you're not supposed to worry yourself too much about this thing. This is a very important document that answers a lot of questions. It talks even about people currently living in South Korea and the issues that they might have in terms of apostolization, submission deadline, embassy track. Every embassy has their own deadlines. Every university in South Korea has their own deadline. Those are things that you should know. Even in terms of required documents, every university has their own required documents. There are certain majors that might tell you you must have at least TOPIK, that's test of Korean proficiency, at least TOPIK level 4 before you can apply for GKS. So these are things that they expect you to read this guideline, understand, and then go to the university website and also read that kind of information and be aware of it. People who pass these scholarships are mostly people who respect the rules, they follow the guidelines, they read the frequently asked questions. The frequently asked questions are here a lot. How should I submit documents with translation? It is stated, if your document is not in English, use a certified translator. And if it's for your bachelor's, let's say your graduation certificate and transcript, use a certified translator and then certify the documents. After using a certified translator, authenticate the documents. We know these things do cost a lot of money to get your documents ready, but it's the rule. If they tell you to just send documents without authenticating them or without apostilling them, I have videos on the difference between apostille and authentication. It will be down in the description because people are still like very confused about apostillization and consular authentication. Apostillization is completely different from consular authentication. Not every country can do an apostillization of document, but most countries have consular confirmed. Yeah. About letters of recommendation. Some people are asking, they have old letters. It is stated here, your letter can be even a year old. Your letter can be even 1 year old. They would accept it. Even about if you want to use a document that you used, authenticated maybe last year. It is stated here in this document. Here, if there is no expiration, it's stated here. If you did apostille your documents last year and there is no date on that document that this document will, the apostillization or consular confirmation will expire on this particular date, they say they would accept it within 2 years from the date of authentication. It's okay. So if you have old documents at home that you had already authenticated, use them. Use them. It's important for you to go to this website, Study in Korea website. Always visit this website. This website is key to studying in South Korea. Even individual universities have information about their admission. Individual universities have information about their admission on this website. Even when they have trade fairs, it is here. You can find all of it here. It's a very important website. Look here. If you look here, there are Busan University, Myeongju University. Even information about learning Korean language, it's here. Touch Trinity is here for those who want to be pastors. That being said, I don't know. Let me see if I have anyone asking any form of question, without which I might have to end the video here. But remember, I am always on every Sunday. There are lots of scholarship opportunities that are currently open for applicants to apply to study in South Korea right now. I've made a lot of videos on those scholarships. So you might want to check my channel for those scholarship opportunities and then apply. So if you go to the live section of my videos, today I did a video on the Park Chung-hee scholarship to study at Yongnam University in South Korea. There's lots of videos here that you can watch. Yeah, take the opportunity and study in South Korea for free. It's no magic. It's about hard work. Nobody is going to give you a scholarship for free. It's about you putting in the effort. It's going to cost you some money, but you will be smiling at the end after you must have succeeded. You will be like, finally. That being said, I'm going to end the video here. I don't like making too many long videos because sometimes people don't even watch it to the end. But yeah.